what's going on, people? Hope you're having an amazing day. So I'm going to react to 10 iconic wrestling poses that fans love to copy. So a couple of them I can think of growing up is number one, The Rock's people eyebrow. You know what I'm saying? RVD with the Rob Van Dam. Stone Cold Steve Austin with the middle fingers. I'm not going to flick you guys off. You guys are good people. Y'all did nothing wrong to me. Okay. And I have to say the DX cross chop and Randy Orton, you know, going like this. But that's the ones I can think of right now. I'm sure there are many more, but they'll probably be on this list. Let's get into this.
1, 2, is this on?
In wrestling, a signature pose should be easily recognizable. The best poses are ones that fans and other wrestlers can easily imitate.
Logan Paul looking to end it.
So today, we'll run through some of the most famous as we look at 10 poses wrestling people love to repeat. The Rock was the undisputed champion of the people, and in honor of holding this title,
People's
the
Eyebrow.
Great One gifted in return the People's Elbow and the People's Eyebrow.
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
The Rock is said to have drawn inspiration for the eyebrow from Gil Hayes, who Rock watched as a fan growing up back when Hayes worked for the Polynesian Pro Wrestling. Hayes would certainly lift his eyebrow during his promos. The Rock then amplified this and made it his own.
The best damn Intercontinental champ there ever was.
The People's Eyebrow.
The eyebrow was just one of the many cool things the Brahma Bull did. It's often replicated with various degrees of success.
If you smell what I'm cooking.
Whoa, Ron Simmons stroking out. What the heck?
The Rock is cooking.
He gotta hold his up.
The eyebrow, I am the Rock. That's the corporate eyebrow. That's the people's eyebrow.
But one thing is for sure, the People's Eyebrow
He kind of
can
looked
never
like The
be
Rock a little bit, though, if you think
no
about
one
it.
can raise the eyebrow quite like The Rock.
If you smell what the Rock is cooking. Is cooking. Is cooking. Is cooking. Is cooking. Is cooking. Is cooking.
Wait, two stories really quick, and this is me being a dumb kid. For one, when I was a kid, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, at one point someone convinced me that Taj Mari from Smart Guy was The Rock's son. I thought that was true for a long time as a kid. Not as an adult, but as a kid, because they looked pretty similar, you know, except for the ears, maybe the ears too. But also, whenever I see the People's Eyebrow, I think about, and I know this person is watching the video right now because he does watch it. In 3rd grade, this guy got me in trouble, okay? And it was messed up because he called the substitute teacher a jabroni. I end up laughing because he's one of these guys who can't just do the People's Eyebrow with one eyebrow. He has to lift up like half of his face in order just to get his one eyebrow up. And even then, it was only one. So I'm laughing at this guy. The teacher turns around, kicks me out of class. He calls her the jabroni. And then I miss out on Pizza Party Friday. And it wasn't like they just had any pizza. They didn't get Little Caesars. They didn't get some rinky-dink pizza place from around the corner. They had gourmet pizza and never had it again for the rest of that year. Man, that dude ruined it for me. You know who you are, man. You owe me. Giordano's Illuminati's. I'll take it.
He had the audience in the palm of his hands. Then, once he'd entertained the fans in the ring, it was time to send the people home happy. Hogan did this by performing each of his iconic poses. Hogan would show off the 24-inch pythons as the crowd ran wild.
Oh boy, I paid to see that, Jess.
You wish on your best day your body looked half as good as that.
It is a red and yellow party.
And they are. This crowd's showing respect to Hogan.
Sometimes other wrestlers would join Hogan as they each got to pose with one of their childhood heroes.
Wow, look at this. It makes me feel so young to see Hogan, Cena. If Hogan's taking his shirts off, Daniel, just get out of the ring. Get out of the ring.
The further this video goes, the slower these poses are.
There were once Hulkamaniacs who loved to imitate the Hulkster, just like the fans of today and the future, as Hulkamania will live forever.
Man, Snoop Dogg is everywhere, man.
And then you're gonna do all that and, you know, do the thing like that, how you do, and, you know, all that stuff. You do that, no problem.
I remember this.
The Too Sweet sign was adopted from the wolf.
Too sweet.
A hand gesture commonly used by Turkish nationalists. Sean Waltman once saw it being used by patrons in a bar and decided to adopt it as a symbol for the clique. The clique called the sign the Turkish wolf. However, it became more commonly known as the Too Sweet sign after Scott Hall and Kevin Nash joined the NWO. since the symbol would often accompany the Too Sweet catchphrase anytime it was said.
Sweet. My voice cracked. R.I.P. man.
Too Sweet sign quickly became one of wrestling's most iconic hand gestures, with fans throwing up the Too Sweet on a regular basis.
Looking back at the conclusion of the Kurt Hennig match,
the babyface offshoot of the New World Order then became known as the NWO Wolfpack, where we would continue to see the Too Sweet sign being used.
And this is the new music for the Wolfpack. So let's, I've been told, listen in.
You attached to it.
He was getting it in.
The symbol was later adopted by the Bullet Club in Japan, with the faction's key members AJ Styles, Finn Balor, Gallows, and Anderson also throwing up the Too Sweet sign once they came to the WWE, doing so as a tribute to the Clique and the NWO.
You know what's crazy, just really quick? When it comes to these factions, I always pick for some people tell me that I picked the weirdest person to be my favorite out of the group. And out of NWO, Scott Hall was my favorite. And I'm not just saying this because he passed away. He's always been my favorite. Always. Even with the Shield, Dean Ambrose was always my favorite. And people are like, why do you pick these guys? I don't know. I think they have some similar personality traits in some way or another. But I don't know what it is about these guys that make me pick those individuals as my favorites. But, you know, it is what it is.
One of wrestling's most repeated hand gestures was that of the Four Horsemen.
Arn came up with the name one time. You know, one day on TV, he just said, you know, we're like the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, and he went like this.
It was considered the universal symbol of excellence in professional wrestling during the height of the Horsemen's run. As a heel stable, it was easy to hate the Horsemen as they flaunted their riches. But then again, that's what made them so cool. Fans could be regularly seen throwing up the four fingers in support.
They scored big with the fans.
That trademark Four Horsemen sign.
It truly is a magical moment. Anytime they're announced,
you're a bad guy and you cool, you're gonna go over with the fans every single time. You always gonna get over with the fans. Woo.
The Horsemen ruled the wrestling world for a time, promoting a lifestyle most people could only dream of. It was hardly a gimmick, as the Horsemen did everything they said, from the private planes, to the designer clothes, to the expensive cars.
We are the studs in professional wrestling. The Horsemen are coming, and all the women go crazy.
All of this is what those four fingers symbolized.
The Four Horsemen!
The Hardy Boys began to receive huge reactions.
Oh yeah, I used to love them as a kid,
their
man.
theme music got the fans out of their seat. The pistol pose became a signature part of their entrance. It was a pose the Hardys also used before performing high-risk aerial moves.
Leave on the table. Jeff Hardy, don't do it, Jeff. Don't do it. He won't do the
Hardy is a maniac.
Displaying off for single stars, Jeff Hardy kept the pistols and incorporated it into a dance that became very popular.
And he's high-stepping. It's Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy.
It's this video of this guy named Skin Bones on TikTok. I seen him do this video of this, and it makes me die laughing every single time, man.
There has never been a rock act that got any bigger ovation than we just heard for Jeff Hardy.
Females dug it, the guys dug it. They were what kids wanted to be.
This guy had the whole fit. Get it. Oh, he putting his whole hip into it, bro.
Tries it, especially other wrestlers.
Nah, come on.
260 plus.
That was mad stiff.
But when Jeff did it, it just worked. Jeff would continue to perform the pistol pose before many of his death-defying stunts.
Jeff Hardy said he was going to steal WrestleMania. You gotta be kidding me.
Bloodline have established themselves as perhaps
the
most dominant wrestling faction of the last decade. It was rare to see them without championship gold, as they made their entrance in style. Their pyro and their spectacular theme music was accompanied by the signature ones pose.
Give it time.
The Bloodline projected an aura that the crowd just wanted to be a part of. Fans acknowledged the group by also throwing up their wands into the sky.
plus. It was a bloodline. Roman Reigns has been a world champion. The Usos. Tonight, Jimmy and Jay beating the New Day to kick off the show.
It's almost zero, but yeah, there is a chance.
Crowds were overjoyed to see the Bloodline in their city.
Pittsburgh! Bloodline is
It's
now
in your city.
Cincinnati, Ohio! The Bloodline is now in your city! Grand Rapids! The Bloodline is now in your city!
When it comes to
You know what? Really quick, I've been watching wrestling for a long time, and I know I might sound like a mark or might sound like a fanboy. I don't care. I really don't care. I will say this: I am so glad that I was able to see the whole thing with the Bloodline. Like, it's one of my favorite moments in wrestling ever. Just the whole entire storyline, the things happening from the Uzi segment, whatever, all of it. I'm just happy I was able to experience it. I know some people stopped watching WWE and they missed out on this and jumped back on after this Bloodline thing already started. I'm so glad I was able to experience it from the beginning to where it is now. I'm happy about that.
The famous wrestling poses, then look no further than Shawn Michaels' legendary bicep flex and bent knee stance.
The girls are going crazy over Shawn Michaels. What's that song? That could be the next #1.
It evolved from his days with Sensational Sherry, later including Pyro and preceded by Shawn's patented twirl.
That mastodon who we saw earlier, we know he's back there watching him. He's here! The fireworks!
It's easily adaptable with other famous poses such as that of Diesel and Triple H.
And as we said, Shawn Michaels looks like to be in amazing condition.
It's yet another example of where the man makes the pose, as it just fit perfectly with Michaels' flamboyant persona, but that didn't stop others from trying to be just like the Heartbreak Kid.
Proud of himself. This is Shawn Michaels, and that's the original. Very impressive. Look at this. Look at the physique.
The phenomenal AJ Styles!
Absolutely disgusting.
He's literally trying to.
The Undertaker had some of wrestling's most recognizable poses and taunts. They were so iconic, fans just loved to imitate them.
For the Undertaker!
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
As did the rest
he
of the
possessed,
mocking
man.
the dead man.
Put the eyes all back in.
Now one's feeling. Wait a minute. What? That's what the Undertaker does. More insults.
Or paying homage to the Phenom.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
This is a great costume party.
It's a testament to how great of an impact Taker has left on the industry. Given how
That
much
guy
he's
cracks me up
universally
no
loved
matter
and
what he
respected
does,
by
man. It's
fans
funny to me.
and wrestlers alike.
What he does.
In peace. It's legit scary. I can't stress that enough.
Randy Orton's entrance pose has been synonymous with his career. It's changed slightly down the years due to Orton not being able to extend his arms out because of past shoulder injuries. Nevertheless, it's easily identifiable and unmistakably iconic.
This guy is a 1 in a million, JR. The world heavyweight champion. Fireworks at ECW? You kidding? Talk about out of place.
It's a pose that wrestlers in particular like to imitate.
What has Randy Orton done since he's been back on Raw? Do this? The hell is this?
He does this a lot.
All right, Vince, be careful with those kneecaps.
A little bit of a history with these gentlemen. Oh, mocking Randy Orton is Kevin Owens.
Board In with a beautiful drop kick. Talk about next level.
Oh, yeah. Just like Randy.
I think Riddle might need a few more abs.
Orton's pose has also made it into the mainstream in the form of a sports celebration.
Touchdown, Jordan Smallwood.
Eddie Guerrero's classic Latino Heat shimmy is one of wrestling's most recognizable and beloved poses.
Latino Heat. Driving in on his motorbike.
Give me a little shimmy, man. I know you can do it. Come on.
Eddie rocked his shoulders back and forth with an infectious smile on his face. The fans absolutely loved him.
It's a different kind of high tonight.
I say this every
Eddie is
video,
someone who
man.
wrestlers frequently pay tribute to, often by performing his famous dance.
I don't know who else can have something as iconic.
This crowd chanting Eddie. Eddie.
Finn.
Heating up in Louisville. No doubt that will infuriate his father, Rey Mysterio. Logan Paul looking to end it all. Oh, and he lands it.
For Vega. Paying homage to Eddie Guerrero. Video.
A quick shimmy of the arms and the fans are immediately reminded of Latino Heat. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check
that was
out a
it?
similar video on 10 iconic opening lines that hype up.
I'm surprised that, DX's cross chop didn't make it. I'm really surprised that. I wonder if it has some, I don't know. That one doesn't make sense to me because I figured that would be one of the biggest things. I mean, DX is one of the biggest factions in the history of wrestling, and them doing the cross chop with them, you would think that would be on this list, which is really weird to me. But anyways, what poses or anything you think that was supposed to be on this list that did not make it? What do you think that are on this list that shouldn't be there? I don't think there's anything that really shouldn't have been on this, but hey, everybody has their own opinions. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate that. Salute. Peace. Have a good day.